Hello there. I am Scott E. And you are not Flint and Steel. I don't know. Yes, we're talking about the Minecraft movie now. I'm trying to catch up. Is this one catch up? Okay. So this is a movie that came out, and I didn't, we gotta go back. We gotta rewind to when the trailer came out. And I'm gonna set the catch up down now. When the trailer came out. So I was very confused when this trailer came out because I'd heard the announcement for a Minecraft movie, and that Jack Black was going to play Steve. I'm like, cool, that'd be a nice little animated film for the kids or whatnot. And then the trailer came out and I went, it's live action? Okay. There are certain things that wouldn't fit. Like, I thought this would be like Angry Birds. You could not do Angry Birds live action. This movie works in live action, but I thought, oh, it'll be like an animated thing, like Angry Birds. It'll be like that, but no, it's live action. This movie was so confusing. We get a backstory for the character Steve, then a backstory for this other character Garrett, and then we just jump to our main kid character. There is so much to introduce in this. We introduce Steve, which is confusing because in the trailer, when you got the trailer where he's going, I am Steve, you're thinking, oh, the game exists in this universe. So when he jumps over, when the people jump over, they're like, that's Steve, that is the Steve. No, the game does not exist in this world. He's not famous. So the way he says, I am Steve, makes no sense. Other than you gotta pronounce it so we can put it in the trailer and the people at home will go, oh my god, that's Steve. That's the only thing that makes sense. Because he's not famous in this universe. He's just a guy with a beard. That was another thing. I know that technically Steve has a beard in the Minecraft game. I don't know a lot of Minecraft. I know only what my brother used to play and what Big LT played. Which is to say, not much. I know that you build things. I know you can dig holes. I know that nighttime is bad and that there are creepers. That's it. That's what I knew going in. And a little bit more, if what sense we used to believe to be true. But yeah, and then after the trailer came out, everybody just went, including me. I was like, no. And then the movie came out, and something happened. A phenomenon. A Minecraft phenomenon happened. And it's not exactly a good thing. This movie smashed the box office. Everyone thought it was going to be a bomb. And when it started to go, people were like, oh, people are hate watching this thing. They just want to see how bad it is. But it became a phenomenon where people would go to the theaters. Theater managers were having to come in and stop because people would not stop being obnoxious. They were throwing popcorn and soda and candy and shit around. They kept yelling out stuff when stuff in the movie would happen, like chicken jockey and I am Steve. They would keep interrupting. Well, that's something you want to get along, whatever. These teenagers, I get you want entertainment, but there are other people in the movie theater and they just want to watch. This is one of the times when I'm glad we don't have a movie theater, because not that I would have went to see it, I would have waited until it was none. Until it was on Blu-ray like I did, but I don't know, it's just once the rumors of what was happening came out, if we had a theater, I might have gone to check it out just to see if anything would have happened. I doubt it would have, but I digress. Yeah. So like I said, there's a lot of introductions because we're introduced to Steve, played by Jack Black, who tells us, he narrates this movie, he tells us that when he was a kid, he wanted to go into a mine for some reason, but this weird, evil miner guy wouldn't let him. So he grew up and he had a regular job. Somehow he forgot about the mine, but he remembered it when he was having his lunch. Which, even though he's in the real world, his lunch is in cubes, like in Minecraft. I don't know why, but it is. And then he goes back to the mine. This miner guy has not aged a day, but he ends up going into the mine, where he finds the Orb of Dominance, which is square. It confuses me because they keep calling it the Orb of Dominance. The orb, get the orb, the orb, get the orb. It's square. That's a cube. I know that everything in Minecraft is square. Don't call it an orb. I'm sorry. You cannot call something that's square an orb. And orbs are round. This is a square. It bugged the hell out of me. And the earth crystal, which is like a clear... It's basically like... It's basically, you know when you get those protective sleep things for your Funko Pops? That's what it reminded me of. I have one of my James Bond. I'm not gonna go get it. My James Bond, I have it on the net. It's like, it reminded me of that. And you put them together, and you can enter this world of Minecraft, or the overworld is what it's called, because Minecraft really doesn't mean anything other than they do drop it later. We can mine and we can craft. Let's Minecraft. Title drop. That's it. And then he gets there, he finds out he can create anything he wants, but then he finds another portal, which is weird that he was able to come through, but the thing was broken. It opens up an evil world. I guess you put a certain, I don't know, where we meet Maplosia? Evil pig lady. It's so close to Malvosia, which is the devil in Spawn, but it's like Malfosia, something like that, whatever. And she wants to, what else? Take over the world. Of course! Because they can only exist at night, so they want to create a permanent night, which is not explained, or if they did, it went over my head. I didn't figure it out until after they destroyed the crystal later, spoiler alert, and it goes back to daytime. Like, oh, that's what that was doing? Because I didn't realize it, because it was already nighttime when they started. And so, Steve is taken prisoner, but his dog, Dennis, who is a wild wolf, takes the crystal, goes back to the real world, and hides it underneath Steve's bed. For reasons. Cut to now, and we meet, well, in the 80s, there was a video game master named Garrett the Garbage Man, played by Jason Momoa. And now, in 2025, he is washed up. Like every person from the 80s ever in movies. Where it's like, yes, there are some people that are washed up, they did the drugs, whatever. But by now, they've kind of come back around, and that's kind of what this is. Oh, he's having his redemption story or whatever, but I don't know. And so he's basically on Storage Wars, because he's voting for this storage locker that he says has an Atari something from the 70s, the late 70s, an Atari system from the late 70s that is supposed to be very expensive, and he can hawk it off for some serious money. So he pays $950 for this thing, and finds it's not there, but the rest of the stuff is there, including the crystal and everything, and the orb. Then we meet another character named Henry. I'm like, how many characters are you going to introduce here? We have Henry and his sister, who I was surprised is supposed to be an adult. Now, played by Emma, the girl from Wednesday, who's not Jenna Ortega, the other one. her. And it's like they're like this guy, this kid, their parents died, and his older sister's taking care of him. I'm like, but who's taking care of her? And I'm starting to realize, as I watch, I realize she's supposed to be an adult. She does not look like an adult. She's one of those like 20-something actors that still look young. They should have gone for someone who looks older. I'm sorry, no offense to her. She's a good actress, but I did not believe she was an adult because I'm like, wait, how is this older sister supposed to take? Who's gonna take care of her? And then later, after the whole rocket pack, they show her at work. She's in like an office explaining. She's like boardroom explaining something. I'm like, no, that doesn't work. If you're gonna have, she's too young to be in a boardroom anyway. Why they thought that a 20-something character person would be in a boardroom is beyond me. She's not 30. She's 23 years old. I'm like, how old is she? Because I'd be remiss if I thought she was the 16. But she's 23. Good for her. She can drink and vote. And vote. You can vote when you're 18, apparently. Smoke. Don't smoke. But like, she's an adult. She's a full-fledged adult. She's 23 years old. Sure, good for her. But like, she don't look it. That's the problem. She doesn't. And it feels like they're trying too much to force that she's an adult. Look, she's in a boardroom and she's taking care of her little brother. She's an adult, right? Sure. So then something happens. I don't understand this. I was very confused. He's at school and they're telling him to paint a still life or draw a still life, which is an orange and an apple. Just draw that. He draws because he's creative. Much like me when I was younger. He draws a rocket pack and the teacher goes, nah, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to draw a still life. Draw that. And they're like, and these two bullies, one of which is very much can't hide his Australian accent. It's like, it wouldn't work anyway. You're like, yeah, it would. You want to bet? And so he creates this thing to show them, and he gets it all ready to go, and then they cut this wire so it doesn't work, and I went, wait, what is the point? Well, what is the point of doing that? You wanted him to show you he could make it work, and then you cut it. And it doesn't work, and it causes an explosion, which he's on the verge of being expelled for this. And I'm like, what is the point of doing this? Because then, like, the whole story with him is that he's not confident anymore that he can build something because he doesn't know it was tampered with. And by the end of the film, there's a point where Steve goes, and he built that rocket ship. And he got that rocket pack to work. It would have worked before. I guarantee you it would have worked before. It's not his fault it didn't work. But they make it seem like, even though it shows us that they cut it, that for some reason they make it seem like it's his fault. Like he lost his confidence because it didn't work, and now it's built back up, and now it works. But it would have worked. And the bullies never get caught for it. And he's the one that's going to get expelled, which I kind of understand. So, he ends up going to Garrett's shop, where he finds the orb and the crystal. He puts them together, and it leads them to the mine. And they, along with the sister and this woman who is like their landlord or something, because they moved into a house, but not, as we find out later, Steve's house. I thought it was Steve's house they moved into, but it's not. It's just a house that looks almost exactly like his. The other houses look the same, I guess. And they end up in the overworld. And for some reason, as soon as they get there, the pig lady knows that they're there. Like, oh, the crystal's back. How do you know that? How do you know that? You just know? Apparently she's had Steve held captive for all these years. And she makes a deal with Steve. You give me the crystal, and I won't kill your dog. So I went, oh, here we go. A liar revealed story again. But no. Because at one point he's up front, he's like, I'm supposed to give it back to her. But I'm not going to give it to her. I'm going to use it for leverage. And to the movie's credit, he never does betray them. And he never does give it to her. I thought it was going in that direction where it's like, oh, he's going to give it to her, and he's going to, his lie revealed, he's going to give it to her, and as you realize he did wrong, he's going to take it back, he'll try to stop. No. In fact, Steve's not even the real hero of this movie. It's Henry. The little boy, Henry. Yeah. But Garrett, he only cares about money. So he's like, hey, I got the crystal thing. I took it from the boy. You want this? Give me money. He's like, well, I got a whole bunch of diamonds in a cave somewhere. He's like, well, is it on the way to where we gotta go? No, it's way out of the way. Doesn't matter. We'll just go. So, yeah, and then they split up. And I don't remember why they split up. They just do. Because characters gotta split up. Oh, and I want to talk about this now so I can get out of the way. There is a very unnecessary subplot with Jennifer Coolidge's principal character and one of the villagers from the Minecraft world, or from Overworld, that jumps through the portal into the real world. She hits him with her car, and then every once in a while, for no reason, they'll cut back to them in the real world to show what they're doing, and they're going on a date, and I'm just like, why? Why do we keep cutting back to this? Why was this necessary? Why was this in the movie? There is no point to it. And when after the movie ends, I'm like, so there was really no point to that subplot at all? There's a mid-credit scene. A mid-credit scene where apparently she learned how to speak Minecraft or Overlord, whatever language, villager language, and he can speak English now, and they're gonna get married. And the science teacher or the coach or whatever that guy was also her ex-husband or something. I don't know. It's a waste of Jennifer Coolidge. Those commercials where she's annoying, better use of her time than this movie. I don't understand why that subplot was in this. Why was it necessary? There's no point to it. Now, let's talk about this subplot. I don't need to come back to it. So, back to this. So, they basically show you, oh, we gotta get the lava chicken song. The lava chicken. Steve's lava chicken, yes, tasty as hell. Ooh, mamacita, yeah, we're ringing a bell. Yeah, that song was all over the place. Because he makes lava chicken, and it's really no need to have that in this movie, but it's Jack Black, gotta have him sing. And every time that he sings, you're thinking, why do we need to have him sing? It's just, yeah, because it's Jack Black, and you need to sing. And once you learn this is the same director who did Nacho Libre, that's why Jack Black gets so much free reign. I guarantee you he ad-libbed at least 50% of this movie. Guaranteed. Because this feels like very much Nacho Libre, Jack Black, but in a different movie. Right? Try to lava chicken, it is the best. Right? Sometimes, when you were growing up, you put things together in your room. It's for fun. Even when he says Flint and Steel, it sounds like Nacho Libre. But yeah, this shows how they make things. I like how the kid makes Steve makes a sword, and then when Garrett tries to do it, it's just buckets. He's like, I did it on purpose. It's it's like nunchucks. It's like bucket nunchucks. That's not. Whatever. Nut bucket chucks or something like that. Nut bucket chucks or something. But he tries to use it. He knocks out poor Steve because Pig Lady. Why did you make it sound like Malfosia? Because that's Pig Lady comes looking for the crystal, and at one point the Earth crystal gets broken, And I'm like, okay, why did that happen? What are they going to do? Now I have to go find another one. And then the whole rest of the movie is them on a quest. Yes, yeah, on a quest to find another Earth crystal. And I'm just like, really? But is that necessary? I guess they can't go back right away, but I don't know. So, they're journeying to this castle on the far end of Overworld to get it. And, well, they get there and they have to separate. And so, Garrett and Steve pretend to be a mariachi band with mushrooms on their head for some reason. We get a Jack Black song again. Again, when you know this is the same guy who did Nacho Libre, the mariachi thing worked. It makes sense. But that doesn't work, and he gets one of these teleporter ball thingies that they set up early in the movie. Because when they go to his shop, Steve's shop, he's like, "Oh, that's a teleporter ball, whatever it is. Wherever you throw it, that's where you teleport." He's like, no, that's the only one I got. Thanks for that. And so he ends up getting another one. So this one's blue, so I think it's more permanent because it doesn't go away when he throws it later. When it goes sort of the way you think it's gonna go, because like the pig lady gets a hold of the crystal, because you know it's gonna happen for a climax to happen. It's one of those things. And Garrett sacrifices himself to save Steve and Henry. He keeps calling him Hank and Hank, whatever. But they, off screen, are rescued by the sister and the landlord lady and Dennis. Because Dennis found them and became friends with them, and now they're at this big house that was built by them, I think. So they're protected, but the pig lady is going to use it to create instant night. So we get a throwback to when it was 2012 again, with big laser thingy in the sky. I thought we were done with that cliche. Big laser thingy in the sky, and I'm just going, okay, so when is Garrett going to show up? Because we know he ain't dead. But no, they're trying to get the orb to stop her. And they've got an army. We've got a Hulk. You heard the whole thing. That's the wrong movie, though. No, they got an army of pigs, and we got an army of... And so I thought that one of the pig people was going to turn on her, because it seemed like he and Steve were friends, but that never happens. I don't know. Anyway, so Henry uses that thing because he made a tot shooter gun, and use it on apparently, and shoots it up. So he goes up there. He's trying to stop the thing, and I'm blanking. What happens? I'm like, something's gonna happen. Steve's got his army, and he's fighting stuff, and like his armor, and there's an army of wolf dogs. Neither of them are Braun Breaker or Baron Corbin, but like the big pig thing shoots at him, but Garrett saves the day, and they're able to destroy the portal thing and reclaim the Crystal End orb. And then we take too long to end this battle, because it's like they lost. The pigs have lost. They start the mold or whatever's on their face, and the pigs. Then the pig lady takes forever. Hey, come here, real close. I gotta tell you something. You got a knife? You're gonna attack me? Oh no, I'm not. I'm not gonna do it. No. Okay. What'd I tell you? Fine. I really got something to tell you now. It's really important. It's about you. I'm serious. Goes to another one. Okay, seriously this time. I have something. I'm like, come on. I don't even have a knife. Sneak attack. Are we done now? Why do we need to do that 3 times? This movie's an hour and 40 minutes. You could have cut off 10 minutes. You actually could have got rid of that subplot and Not done that gag. So everyone's ready to go back to the real world for some reason. I guess they got stuff they got to do. I guess the only ones that should want to go back are the sister and the landlord. The other two should want to stay. But no, they're like, oh, we can go back, and do things. And so they're like, hey, Steve, why don't you come with? He goes, nah, I belong here. They're like, really? You could really do stuff? I'll go with you. I'm like, that didn't take much. So he decides to go with, and he and Garrett open up this video game place called the Overworld. And like I said, Henry got the rocket pack to work, which it would have worked before. I'm just saying, they didn't snip the thing. Which, like, why didn't they snip it this time if they snipped it last time? It doesn't make sense. And there's not much with the sister. She's just happy her brother's okay, and the landlord is happy, and everyone's happy. Movie end. Like I said, the mid-credit scene is the principal is gonna marry the villager guy, Niblet or something. I don't know. Then in the post-credit scene, we get a setup for the sequel. Okay, we got Steve going to his own house. Goes, oh, hey, I used to live here. I'm Steve. I used to live here. I was just wondering if I left. I'm looking for if anything was left behind. She goes, oh, you mean the chest in the attic? And we don't see her face, by the way, which is important. He's like, oh, yeah. He go, come in. Oh, I'm Alex, by the way. And I went, that's supposed to mean something. I know it does. I looked it up. Apparently, Alex is the female character from Minecraft, if you didn't know that. So that's set up. And like I said, we don't see her face. So I'm assuming they did this so that they could cast her with whatever actors they can come up with in the next one. And you don't have to stick to this actress. They can just have a voice or whatever, right? None of that stopped anyone before with different recasting, right? Terrence Howard. And boom, you look at this. Don Cheadle. Yeah. Don, boom, you're looking for this. Cheadle. That's what I'm going to call it from now on. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I'll give it a low, pretty good. I enjoyed this. There's gonna be a sequel. You know there is. I made buku bucks at the mall, at the theater, box office, whatever you want to call it. So you know the sequel's coming, and I'll watch that too. Why not? Right? I wasn't against it, but I was just like, this looks kind of stupid and everything that came out. Like, oh, I forgot a very important part. While they are in the castle trying to escape, they do get captured. And Garrett's forced to fight what looks like to be a chicken, while Steve is handcuffed to the corner. And then something falls from the top, and it's the chicken jockey. Yeah, and he fights at that. I forgot to mention that part. So before you type it in there, oh, you do got to mention chicken jockey. No, I didn't. I did, but then I didn't. Shush! So what are your thoughts on the Minecraft movie? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for Scotty. I've been watching. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and I've got to put this ketchup back in the fridge. I'll see you in the next one. How do I...